I'm Dr. Diego Alvarez, and I welcome to our Latino Osteopathic Medical Student audio series on the journey to becoming a medical student. Today, I have the pleasure to introduce
Steven Alvarado,
who will share with us how he became part of our medical school. Steven, thank you for being with us today. Why not you introduce yourself and tell us what being Latino, Hispanic means to you?
So for me, it means being hardworking in support of your family. It's how I watched my grandparents live their daily lives, working in packing plants, working in warehouses to support me and my cousins when our parents couldn't. And the work ethic that they displayed, I feel like every Latino can relate to that. Whether might not be their direct parents, in my case it's my grandparents, but we all know that one tío or tía, abuelo, abuela, that you saw how hard they worked to provide for their family. Mine worked so hard that I thought we grew up middle class because we always had what we needed. It wasn't until I became older as an adult that I realized we were low income. They just worked really hard and knew how to budget.
That's really nice to hear from you. Thank you, Stephen. Did you ever envision yourself becoming a medical student? Or changing the question is, when the idea of becoming medical student first appeared in your life?
So the first time I thought about being a medical student, I was 16 or 17 years old. I'm 39 now, so that's a lot of math. But we had to go meet with our school counselors, and they kind of ask you what are the things you were interested in. And I was always one of the students that I did just enough to get by, so I never really applied myself. And I had a lot of C's through high school, and they told me medical school, 4-year bachelor degree is not something that's for you. You should look into vocational schools, welding, auto mechanics, stuff like that. And I believed them because I thought these people know what's best for me. And I went through life working different jobs, warehouses, worked in retail, and it wasn't until I actually became a paramedic that I realized I could actually go to medical school. I was smart enough, I had enough drive. I just had to go and figure out what that plan looked like. I thought the limiting factor would be finances, but then I really educated myself how student loans work and realized I just have to put in the hard work to get into medical school. And once I'm in there, there's a path, there's a way for me to be able to go. Yes, I have to pay back in the long run, but I'm pursuing the thing that I'm most passionate about. And you really can't put a price on that.
Beautiful story. You tell us one part of experience that you have. Besides the experience of being paramedic, can you tell us any other experiences that actually help you to influence being here in medical school?
So it was in my undergraduate year, I worked as what they called a volunteer feeder at UT Tyler Hospital. And we had to go through learning how to identify like someone can have a certain type of diet, whether it's soft mechanical, liquid only. And I ended up having to having to go assist a patient that was actually in the same room my mom passed away in from a hemorrhagic stroke. And this person was in there. They actually had just an ischemic stroke. And just being able to kind of realize that they were having a hard enough time talking that they wouldn't be able to really kind of take the prescribed diet that they had from the speech therapist and making an impact that way, just something little, made me realize you don't have to be there at someone's worst moment like you do in EMS to make a profound impact in someone's life.
Thank you. What advice would you give to our undergraduate students who are listening to our series and wonder whether a medical school is a possible next step.
The biggest advice I would be is if this is your dream and this is your passion, you owe it to yourself to make yourself knowledgeable on what that pathway looks like. I don't regret my life. I'm exactly where God wants me to be. But if I could go back and tell myself, what's one thing you could do better? Make yourself knowledgeable of what the pathway looks like. If high school was C's, that's fine because I'm still here. Chances are, if you weren't applying yourself in high school like me, once you're doing something you're passionate about, it's not a, there's no motivation to apply yourself. There's a drive. And that's very different. I don't have to talk myself into sitting down, studying for hours at a time because I have a drive to do it. I have a passion to do it. I have a passion to want to learn more about this stuff. And so if you just educate yourself on the resources that are out there to get there, whether that's student loans, looking at different undergraduate schools, the degrees that they offer, and how that can translate into getting to medical school. And then once you're in the undergrad, understanding as soon as you can, what do I need to do to apply to medical school? You make yourself knowledgeable, there's nothing that can stop you.
Steven, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, sir.